And then all of a sudden, out of the nowhere, all I hear is, "Don't touch my sister." And one of the sisters comes over, and she had one like a little inflatable rubber like hammer or something. And so she just runs up to me. She's like, "Don't touch my sister!" And she just said to me, and I'm like, "Ah!" And it was an awkward thing, man. Yo, what's up? I'm Jericho, and this is Zap, members of the 6-time international award-winning hip-hop pop duo Bandit Future. We make plain and fun that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely Californian. You are now tuned in to the Life is a Circus podcast. We talk about stuff that's funny, interesting, and just plain ridiculous. Okay, so make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with two people that are going on a date this week.
Hey.
I'm about to tell y'all a little something that happened to me on a date. And it's I think a date is
what her name is.
It was Christina. If it goes well,
what her last name is.
Forgot. I erased it. I don't know. But a date is a good thing. Because even if it goes bad, you have a funny story. So that's kind of the way I look at it. Because dating is a very interesting concept. So I decided to go on this date one time with this girl, Christina, because she was fly, and I had to do it, bro. So I walk up to her and I'm like, "Yo, sup?" Yep. She's like, "Sup?" I was like, "Yeah," and that was it. I'm that smooth. She knew what was up. So we were in San Diego, and lovely
San Diego.
Shout out to everybody in San Diego. It's a lovely place. And it was really late. I remember that. And she was an actress and something else. But we decided to go to like restaurant. It was like probably midnight, close to midnight.
If you're an actress, you're always something else.
Man. So
that's an inside. Because you never work. But continue.
You don't never lie. So I'm talking to her, and it feels like things are going pretty well. She's ordering, and the place is pretty busy because I think we're in Old Town, someplace in San Diego where it's really popular and really busy late. So we're there, and I think it's going all right. And I'm talking to her, and I want to know a little bit more about her acting. And she's been pretty chill. She seems like a pretty chill person. And I don't know. I think I'd seen something in her eyes that said, "Careful," but I didn't pay any attention. I should have. So I go like, "Oh, that'd be like she's got some play going on, like upcoming." I said, "Cool. I could come check it out. I'd love to kind of see you do your thing, basically. Normal thing, right? I want to see what you do for this thing that you love." And she's like, "Oh, I can just show you a scene right now." And her whole thing changed, bro. And I was like, you don't really have, because I mean, there's, everyone's like, "Oh, it's cool."
This is like in a restaurant or something?
In a restaurant, in the middle of the restaurant. I'm like, all right. And then she said a couple of times, and she's like, "No, it's just something that like I've been working on, so I really want to just kind of show you." And I said, "All right, that's what it's all about." So she proceeds through the scene, and she kind of explained it to me, but something bad had just happened to her character, which was precursor to say that something bad was about to happen to me. So she is in the story, and she's starting to do her monologue, and she's getting a little more like amped, a little more dramatic with it, starting to bring the sadness out for real. And I'm like, I feel like she's gonna start crying for real. And I was kind of right, because she did start crying. But what I didn't know was there's levels to this, bro. So she starts to not only like sob a little bit, starts to cry hysterically in the middle of this restaurant. I mean, just like just yelling, and she's on the table, and she's moving stuff around, and I'm sitting there, and everyone is looking, and I'm like,
no way.
First I have to be like, "Yo, that's not bravo, no. She's very good. You should all go see her in her play." And
honey, look what that black man has done to her.
I wouldn't be the first one, bro.
Should we call the cops? Call the cops. Oh my God.
I was the least of my worries. I was afraid that like she was gonna something. She was like Exorcist style. So she does it for a good 3-4 minutes, and I can't do anything. I'm just like frozen. And then seriously, she's crying. She's crying. She's crying. She's crying. So what do you think? I don't know. I don't know. I was like,
I think you're crazy. Check, please.
Time. I didn't have a watch, so I'm like, look at the time. I have to go to sleep. It's late, bro. And I took her back, and I never spoke to her. Goodness. And then turned out she actually got married to one of my friends. Well, they're not together anymore. I think I know why. So, anyways, that's probably I've had a lot of interesting date, like not just first date, like I'd met her like the day before kind of a thing. So, I mean, right off the bat, it's nuts. So, do you have anything comparable ridiculousness as that?
I'm sure I do. I was trying to think of something, but I can't think of anything. As many horror stories as oh man, because people are just strange. I think everyone is just strange, and you just got to find someone who is your kind of strange, and you guys can just be strange together. Because I don't think there's any kind of normal.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, there's no. So what do you think about this? Because I have another one, right? So,
sure.
I went out with this girl, and it was the first date, and I was in school, and I met her from a friend. So I said, "Hey, you want to go out? We're going to go out to the Santa Monica Pier. Nice place. If y'all never been, Santa Monica Pier is very nice." And so I'm like, "Cool." So I went to go pick her up. I'm like, because I just got my first car. Oh man, I was ready, cruising, dipping in the Dodge Stratus, son. I was dipping, man. And I went to pick her up.
Oh wow, I remember that car.
It was a good car. I had good moments in that car. But I pick her up, and I knock on the door, and I'm like, "Sup?" And she's like, "Sup?" That's how I talk to everybody. I'm like, "Sup, girls?" So, girl, get in the car. It's gonna be late. So I turn around to walk toward my car. I'm gonna do the gentlemanly thing and open her door because that's what gentlemen do. And behind me, I hear what it sounds like someone running, and I'm like, okay, I don't know why maybe she's excited, whatever. So I turn around and I see 2 other girls with her, and I'm like, "Sup with this?" And she's like, "Oh, these are my sisters." I'm like, and it's not like they were younger, for sure. The same height though. They're all the same height. And if this girl's probably 18, 19, that's probably 18, 19 at the time. The girls were probably like 12 and like 13, but they were the same height. And I was like, that's so strange. And so she's like, yeah, they have to come with me. Now this girl was, I don't remember what country, but she's African. And I think that's kind of a normal thing for them, that if the sibling goes on a date, all the siblings go on the date. Kind of safety thing. Maybe, but I didn't know that. I would have loved for her to at least tell me that beforehand. So, because I didn't know what to do. So one, I couldn't get any time alone with her really, because the kids were, they were listening the whole time. And so I thought I had a good plan. I was like, we got to the pier and they have a nice everything, games and whatnot. I gave the kids some money. I said, hey, you guys go play so that I can, talk to them. So I thought that I'd got rid of them. And so I'm talking to this girl and we hit it off. So I got a little close to her and I got like my hand on the small of her back, like we're talking kind of close, right? And then all of a sudden, out of the nowhere, all I hear is, don't touch my sister. And one of the sisters, and she had one like a little inflatable rubber like hammer or something. And so she just runs up to me. She's like, don't touch my sister. And she just said to me, and I'm like, ah. And it was an awkward thing, man. And I was like, I guess this is all that I can, but yeah, it was so strange. So I took them all back and then that was it. I was like, I can't handle this. So
Wow, that's I can't even compete with that. I feel like I can. You know what I think is happening? It's like when you experience bad things, you like repress them. So
you got
like
this deep. You got this deep.
I have a laundry list of bad dates and like, but I can't like bring up the memory to like talk about it for some reason.
Your brain's like upload, and it's like, no.
But
We put that there for a reason.
let's forget about her. Like, wow.
Huh. That'd be funny if you start thinking about her and all of a sudden you start crying hysterically. I'm like, oh God, you're not again. And then I lose my mind and then just, yeah.
The only God, I can't think of anything. The only thing that comes to mind, and it's not even like, yeah, I can't.
That's fine.
I mean, you had two spectacular stories.
I have many more. I'm not gonna get in. I have, and to clarify, I have as many good ones as I have bad ones. But the bad ones are very.
And so do I, and one day I'll remember them
Just bring them out.
once I get the Elon Musk Neuralink.
Yeah, he's gonna access all that stuff in him. That's okay, man. It's okay. You know why? Because you ain't thinking about the past, man. You focus on the future. That's what it is. Bandit future. Hey, Esmeralda.
Oh, snaps.
There you go. Holla at my boy. Holla at my boy. He right there.
Right there. I don't even have any bad memories to bring up in our relationship. Because I can't think of any.
2 points.
I've repressed them all. I'm ready for you, girl.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, this has been another.
Yeah. Of the life is a podcast circus.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. Let us know about your bad dates. And if there's any therapists there, let me know why I can't remember all the terrible dates that I've been on. Because they're what is that? I had a friend that used to call me. Make sure you subscribe because they're shutting off our power.
Dang, man.
I haven't paid my bill. You know what I'm saying? Times are tough. And yeah, man. They didn't take my job, but they took my light. They took my light.
They took our job.